Greetings my beautiful lovelies, it's Emmy, welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by ExpressVPN, a virtual private network that gives you security and privacy and peace of mind while you're using the internet. So I really like a VPN because if I'm using a public Wi-Fi service or a Wi-Fi that is not encrypted, a VPN gives me that extra layer of security knowing that all my passwords are safe and secure. I also like it for privacy reasons. An ISP or an internet service provider can see all of my data, can see where I'm going. But if I'm using a VPN, my internet connection is rerouted through one of over 3,000 different servers all over the world, which encrypts all of my data and my location. I love the peace of mind of that privacy. A VPN is also really great for content and blocking. Many countries around the world will block different apps or websites depending where you are in the world. Using a VPN, you can specify the country where you want your server to be. You'll be located in that country, and therefore you can circumnavigate the geo restrictions. ExpressVPN also offers 24/7 customer support if you run into any troubles, and it works over multiple devices. I have it on all my computers and my phone. So find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link down below, or head over to expressvpn.com/emmymade. Big thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video and for their continued support. It allows me to make better videos for you guys. So today's video was requested by a couple lovelies. Amy and Victor both wanted to see me make crack grapes. What? Crack grapes. I had never heard of this before. I started researching it, and basically what they are fresh grapes, usually green grapes, that are dipped into a candy syrup and then rolled into crushed candies, usually Jolly Ranchers, sometimes Warheads or some kind of other sour candies, and then just popped into your mouth. There's a hard candy coating, and then you get the fresh, juicy grape in the middle. They're supposed to be absolutely amazing. There's not much about the origin story of these. The oldest reference I found on the internet was just a couple years old, and I believe it started in the South, particularly Atlanta, Georgia. It's a very simple recipe. You can make them at home. I think people even sell these. Kids love them, not surprisingly. It's this great mashup of like juicy fruit and candy coating. It kind of reminds me of the mashup of Koolickles, which is a tart dilly pickle that has been soaked in Kool-Aid, this kind of sweet artificial flavor with something tangy, but the kind of collision of flavors. Kids are geniuses when it comes to mashing up flavors like this. Really fruity flavors, weird strange flavors, like a tuna fish sandwich dipped in Hawaiian punch. Yes, kids think of these things because kids are geniuses. So Amy requested this in my Impossible Pie video in the comments, and when I read that, I said that would be the perfect recipe to make with my kids because we are currently social distancing, we're hunkered down, we're not going anywhere, we're doing lots of cooking, lots of science projects, and I said that would be perfect. So come along with me and my little sous chef as we show you how to make these candy crack grapes.
And green apple, grape, watermelon.
And then he unwrapped 5 of each flavor, and we placed them into a sandwich bag.
Crush the Jolly Ranchers,
Okay.
a mortar and pestle, and then smash it.
There you go. Are they breaking?
Yeah.
Okay. So there are lots of ways to crush your Jolly Rancher candies. We decided to use a mortar and pestle. I didn't want to dull the blades of my blender. So after a couple minutes, I took a large spoon and scooped out all the big chunks of candy to re-crush those and set aside the powder and the smaller bits. I didn't want the powder to be too fine because I love the look of all those different colored Jolly Ranchers. So the recipe I'm using for the candy coating is the same one that I found in Juan's World and Jessica Cohn, and I will put their recipe links in the description down below. This is
corn.
Yeah.
Corn syrup.
Exactly. So we need that, we need sugar, and we need water.
Just regular water?
Just regular water. So we have measuring cups here. Can you separate those for me?
In order.
Sure.
Do we need whole, half, like half, a quarter, or a quarter?
In a heavy bottom saucepan, we're going to add 2 cups of sugar, half cup of corn syrup.
That's like sand getting wet.
Yeah. And a half cup of water. So we're going to bring this to a boil, and we're going to cook this all the way to 300 or 310 degrees, and that is the hard crack stage. That's the stage at which the candy gets really crunchy and hard once it's cooled. To the syrup, I also added some white food coloring along with a little bit of this rose color because I wanted a nice pink coating. So while the candy syrup is cooking, we can wash our grapes. So you're going to pluck all your grapes off the stems and then you're going to give them a good rinse, and then take a couple dish towels and make sure your grapes are completely dry.
Grapies, go to bed.
So you can use either a skewer or some longer toothpicks like I'm using here, but longer I think is better in this case because we're dealing with very hot syrup. I accidentally took my syrup above 310 and it began to caramelize. So my syrup ended up looking more peach than that beautiful cotton candy pink that I had. So don't do what I did. Make sure you keep it at below 310 degrees. Otherwise you're going to start changing the color of your syrup. And I took the skewered grapes and you dip it into the syrup and then quickly roll it into your crushed candies. Place it on a piece of parchment paper and that way when it cools it'll come right off. So after just a few minutes, you will get this. Aren't they beautiful? Hard-coated candy, sparkly grapes. Some people like to dip the entire grape and cover the whole grape with candy coating and the candy sparkles on the outside. But I want to show some of the grape because I want people to be reminded that these are indeed fruit. So now for the moment of truth, let's give one of the cracked grapes a taste. Itadakimasu. Super fun. I definitely recommend dipping just half the grape. There's a really great balance of this like burst of juicy grape inside that's a little bit tangy, just so succulent, and the hard crunchy candy and just blatant artificial candy flavor. Watermelon, sour apple, cherry, all combined together. It's like an explosion of things in your mouth. Not only are you getting that explosion of artificial flavors, but textures too. That hard crunch and then that burst of juicy grape in there. Super, super fun. I think if this was coated entirely, it would be just too sweet and candy-like for me. Just half is a really great balance of artificial and natural. Oh my gosh. So much fun. Genius, I say. Absolutely genius. So these actually remind me a lot of tanghulu, which is a traditional Chinese dessert. I'll put a link down below to the video I made of that. And it's a skewer that has fruit, typically strawberries or crab apples, several of them on a long skewer, and the fruit has been dipped in a clear candy syrup that hardens and has a really great clear shell on the outside. It almost looks like the fruit's been dipped in resin. So beautiful. But it has this really great similar textural experience of just cracky, crunchy outside that's sweet and delicious, and then juicy, succulent fruit inside that's just heightened because of the level of sweetness on the outside. But it's really about the experience for me. This kind of crackly sensation with this like juicy fruit. Super, super fun. So there you have it, cracked grapes, a delicious, fun, gorgeous little snacky dessert, fun thing for the kids to try and to eat. Just don't eat too many of them. Just because they're grapes there doesn't mean they're healthy. So this was a really fun project to do with the kids while we're hunkered down. We're trying to find all kinds of creative ways to stay busy and keep ourselves distanced from others. I hope you guys are doing all right. I'm thinking of you. You can follow me on social media. I've been posting more on my Insta stories and my YouTube stories just because I've been feeling the need to connect with people because we've been separating ourselves. So head over there and we can exchange some good vibe jujus. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Big thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. Head over to expressvpn.com/emmymade to learn about how you can get 3 months free, or click the link down below. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye. Love you guys.